Good morning. Good morning. It's game day. It's finally 49ers game day. And this week's felt like 3 weeks. It's felt like a very, very long time, but it's finally time to get some Niner ball today. I'm excited, man. I'm so hyped up. I'll be going to the game. I wanted to come on here, talk a little bit, drop some news on you, and maybe just hash it out with you and get your guys' thoughts going into the game before I head out. I'm excited, man. It's so fun to be at the stadium, but it's always better when we win. So let's hope that we don't lose. I cannot take a loss to the Seattle Seahawks, especially after last week's game against the Bears. That was ugly. Jack Chandler, what's up? How bad is the rain going to be? It's not going to be horrible. It's not going to be like Chicago. I did wake up and it was drizzling. I'm looking out my window right now. It's not raining. It's not raining right now, but they said it's going to be on and off. It's just light rain out there. So it's nothing like Chicago. It's that Bay Area rain where it sprinkles a little bit, it goes away, sprinkles, goes away. It's chill rain. It's not like Chicago monsoon. It's not like we're going to be playing in a swimming pool like last week. So that's good news. What's up, Eric? Oh, what's up, baby? He says he's heading out from Stockton right now to the game. Yo, what's up, Eric? I hope I see you there, man. NFL, me, what's going on? Sammy Dubb gets a pick six, 24-14. Yo, between me and you, I'm hearing Sammy Womack may not play. It's just a rumor I've heard through the grapevine. Diamador Lenore might play more than we expect. It's not, I don't know if it's injury related or whatever, but I've heard from people behind the scenes that says Sammy Womack may not play. But I don't know. It's just something that somebody told me in confidence. And now as the game kind of gets closer, we'll see. If Sammy Womack plays, I hope he does get a pick six because that kid is lights out. Let's talk about the news that we want to talk about, the most important news of the day. So George Kittle last night, man, I'm a little mad because I fell asleep right before the news dropped. So George Kittle, per Ian Rappaport, this is what he says. He goes, he's going to be a game time decision. Originally a 3-week injury. Kittle missed the first week, but is pushing to go. He practiced Friday, opening the door today. Adam Schefter, around the same time, he says George Kittle is not expected to play against the Seahawks. So there's conflicting reports. And then Ian Rappaport drops this video on us today.
Well, thanks, Tom. One of the most interesting statuses we are waiting on today, George Kittle, all eyes on the 49ers star tight end, still dealing with a groin injury. My understanding was that was originally a 3-week injury, but just 2 weeks in now, he was able to practice on a limited basis on Friday. I would say maybe unlikely he goes today, but he is really, really pushing to play. He knows how important it is for the 49ers, so they are at least going to give him a chance to make it to game time. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville Jaguars have not one, but 2 starting running backs, which is great for them. We saw it certainly in the second half last week. Not great for fantasy owners. My understanding is the Jaguars are going to split carries between Travis Etienne and James Robinson, but a little more emphasis on the run, so much more rich like we saw in the second half last week.
So, if we're going on these tweets, Kittle still might have a chance to play per Ian Rappaport. I like Ian Rappaport. I like Schefter too, but there's conflicting reports. Last night, Schefter breaks the news that Kittle's not going to play. I don't think he's going to play, but Ian Rappaport says the door is still open. So it's going to be a truly a game-time decision. He might step on the field and say, oh, I feel good. But, I mean, it's weird because you got Schefter saying he's out, and then you got Rappaport saying he still might play. So I hate it because it's still conflicting reports. We still don't know, man. We really don't know. And Ford says it's a bad injury in the rain. I agree. I know it's not going to be raining a lot, but any type of soft tissue injury like that, a groin injury, anything, hamstring, you play in the rain, you could kind of aggravate it. So I'm guessing he doesn't play to be safe, but we're going to find out, aren't we? It's a couple hours away. TDP and Mason going to be bully ball because them some dogs, says Anthony. Yeah, I want to talk about TDP and Mason in a minute. Let's get this get to some of these questions. Terrence Wilson says, what's up, Raj? I'm getting ready now and headed to the party. Yo, let's go. I can't wait. I'll see you there, man. It's going to be dope. Jair says, if we end up 0-2 or 0-3, you think people are going to demand for Jimmy? People are going to demand for Jimmy if we start slow. But we can't panic. Last season, the Niners, they started, 3-5? They were not off to a good start. People were calling for Jimmy's head last year, but Kyle Shanahan stood the course. And if this is truly Trey Lance season, you got to ride the course and keep it as Trey Lance season. So I think we can't push for a quarterback. I know Jimmy's the backup and he wins and the whole narrative. Jimmy's there in case Trey Lance gets hurt, in my eyes. If that's what Kyle Shanahan told us this offseason, then he needs to stay true to his word. Otherwise, then we can never trust his word. His word is not his bond. if he puts in Jimmy Garoppolo, despite no injury, if Trey Lance is not hurt and the team is just losing, and you put in Jimmy, then that means you're panicking, Kyle, as a head coach, and you don't trust Trey. You can't let him go through that. And again, rookie quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, they go through these ups and downs. Aaron Rodgers, his first season as a quarterback, was 6-10. He was 6-10, man, and it's unfortunate that sometimes you're going to go through these lumps. I think if we would have played Trey last year, we would have went through the lumps, like we said. We talked about it all off season last year. We talked about it all season last year. There was a whole drama, controversy, but I don't think you should, but I think people are definitely going to demand. To answer the question, they will definitely demand Jimmy to be in there if they lose this game or if they lose the third game. It's just what people are going to do. It's an emotional sport. Football is very emotional. People get hinged on these games, and it's a week to week. Your mental status, your emotions hinge on a football game. I mean, I know me, like when I lose a game or when the Niners lose a game, I'm like, damn, man, I feel kind of crappy. Everybody does. I try to be positive, and uplift the community because that's kind of what I got to do. That's kind of my thing. But I mean, deep down inside, I'm not going to lie, I feel kind of bad. You feel bad for a loss, but I got to be positive because that's my thing. I run a page, I run content, and I got to give people hope. And I'm a physical therapist, and I do that for a living. I give people hope to get better. But deep down inside of my bones, I'm like, shit, we lost the game. I feel like crap. So emotions are high on a game day. When you win, we think we're the greatest team in the world. Oh, my God, 49ers, 5-time Super Bowl champions. We are the best. We're back in business. That's how it feels when you win a game. You're like just so hyped up. So it really messes your emotions up no matter what happens. So what's up, Mariah? What's good? Hey, Peter Parker, what's good, baby? My man says, bro, no lie. My stepdad used to take 4 Tylenols and go take a nap every time they lost. Ruined his day, 100%. It messes your day up. Your boy says, everyone keeps comparing Lance first starts to everyone else's. The thing is, we need to win now. We do got to win. We definitely got to win. The team has to win because winning cures all, and people don't want to see this team lose. Because you know what? There is a lot of expectations. There's a good team. We know how great this team is, right? 7 players in the NFL top 100. We got all these great Pro Bowlers, all pro players. We expect to win. The Niners expect to win. They were in the NFC Championship last year. A couple years back, we were in the freaking Super Bowl. The Niners expect to win games. We're a prestigious franchise. When we're losing, we don't like it. So you're right. They got to win games. And this is a game we should win. We're a better team on paper. But Pete Carroll's a wild card. The Niners are 2-8 under Kyle Shanahan against Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's a good coach, man. They're going to bring the heat. You got DK Metcalf. They got a good run game. They're going to push that ball with Kenneth Walker. Their O-line suspects, so I think Bosa and the defense could, push them down and crash the gates on them. I think Javon Kinlaw could be an X factor. Secondary looked pretty good outside of those busted coverages, on safety. Jimmy Ward's going to be missed, but I think Hufanga played a really good game to start. He needs to kind of make sure he doesn't leave his spots and, miss his assignments, but he played a hell of a game. And I think Fred Warner and these linebackers have to come to war. I think Kinlaw's going to be an X factor. On offense, let's talk about TDP, Ty Davis-Price, and Jordan Mason. So Jordan Schultz tweeted today, says, it's my understanding that while the 49ers plan to lean on Jeff Wilson, we can expect rookies Ty Davis-Price and Jordan Mason to get an opportunity as well. And he says, I will say this, Kyle Shanahan likes Wilson, who's basically already practiced this year more than he did last year. So that's telling to me that, Kyle does trust the rookie or trust the veteran over the rookie sometimes. And I think he knows that Wilson, that's his guy. He knows the system. He could come in and play what he has to do. But if he's not looking effective, I think the Niners need to make sure that TDP and Jordan Mason get some type of burn in the game. I think you have to give good morning, the Slasher Gamer. Good morning, everybody. I think you have to give TDP and Mason that carry. You have to give them their carries and see if they can kind of generate some type of push because you have to run the ball. The Niners have to run the ball, plain and simple, to win a football game. Last week, they ran it, but it wasn't the way that they usually do. They had Elijah Mitchell. He was gunning it. You had Debo all of a sudden when Elijah was out. I mean, Debo does his thing, but you can't rely on Debo and give him 10 carries, 12 carries. It's going to wear him down. And Trey Lance, 13 carries. You can't have Trey Lance having 13 carries. Running power, quarterback power on third down, man. Like, he did get a first down, but did you see the hits he took from a linebacker? Neck was all twisted up. You can't have that, man. You have to have other options running the ball. Like, TDP could get 3rd and 2 yards. He could get 2 yards on 3rd down. Like, to me, If you're putting Trey Lance out there, making him run the ball up the gut on third down, are you telling me you don't think Ty Davis Price or Jordan Mason can run the fucking ball up the middle for 2 yards? That's silly to me. So they got to get these guys involved in the game. I need to see Jordan Mason shine like he did all offseason. I need to see TDP, a third-round pick, out there doing some work. That's what Kyle needs to do. That's in my opinion. Again, I'm not a head coach. That's just my humble opinion. They need to get the ball rolling. They need to put the ball in their playmakers' hand. You got to establish the run. And if Jeff Wilson isn't getting the squeeze, if he isn't getting the juice, 2 yards of carry is not going to cut it like last week. If you're on 3rd and long, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, that's ugly for Trey Lance. So you need to put him in 3rd and 2 situations, 3rd and 3. You need to put him in 3rd and short opposed to 3rd and long. So bottom line, you have to run the ball. You need to get Jordan Mason involved. You need to get TDP. And I'm happy that Danny Green might play this week. Danny Green might play. My man Rick Diaz says, hey, good morning, my friend. How you doing this morning? If you're in the West Coast, in the Midwest, Chicago, I'm a daughter in San Francisco 49ers, and I can't wait to see the game. Everybody's excited, baby. Bang, bang. Niner gang. I can't wait for this game. And Forrest is exactly. Sometimes I feel like he's trying to get Lance injured so Jimbo could come in. You know, that's interesting, and Smitty has said this, and people have ripped them apart. You never know what Kyle's agenda is. I don't think he's purposely trying to get Trey hurt, but, you know, he's done it with. Remember RG3. That's all I'm going to say. You know, RG3, Shanahan ran that man into the ground. He ran that man into the ground, and his career was never the same. And that's all I'm going to say about that situation, because when Shanahan had a running quarterback before, when he was with Washington, we saw the results with RG3. He ran that man to the ground. And I hope he doesn't do it with Trey Lance. This is the one thing I said all offseason. I said, hey, you cannot let RG3 vibes happen to Trey Lance. You can't do it. You can't run him the way you did with RG3. I remember last year, the Arizona game, I remember saying it. I was like, yo, this reminded me a lot of Robert Griffin III, because he would run him and run him and run. And I know Trey can run. He can handle it. He's a tough boy. He's a tough guy. He's a 22-year-old tough, big dude. But like Trey said in his press conference, he said he's not bigger, faster, and stronger than anybody like he was in college. These guys are bigger, faster, and stronger than Trey Lance. Jalen Scott says, Danny Gray. Yeah, Danny Gray. You know, I was about to talk about Danny Gray, and I went off on a tangent. Let's talk about Danny Gray. He might play today. He might make his NFL regular season debut today. We need Danny Gray to stretch the field. We need that deep threat. We need Trey to Gray. Trey to Gray throwing them bombs. I'm telling you, if he gets a deep bomb to Danny Gray, the stadium's going to go wild. I'm going to lose my shit, and it's going to be amazing. We need to see the top taken off the defense. We need that deep threat, man. We need it. And Ford, I agree. Trey has a bright future, and I'm hoping nobody ruins it. And that's the thing. Like, the media is already trying to ruin it, and I feel like they're not giving him a fair chance. 3rd start in the NFL last week, and the media is just writing him off already. I feel like his back's up against the wall, but he's a good young man. He's a smart young man. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I'm hoping for the best for Trey, man. He's tough. I know he can handle it. Mentally, he's strong, but eventually that stuff takes a toll on you, no matter what. No matter how strong you are mentally, any type of hate, any type of negativity gets you down, man. Even myself, sometimes I'm just like, man, I don't know how I do it. Like, there's negativity on me. I'm just a regular old person here on YouTube and Instagram and social media trying to do my best creating content, and I got haters coming for my neck, and I'm not out there playing the game. I can only imagine what these players go through and their families, man. Like, his mom, his dad, everybody, these family members, they got to see their family members are the players we're watching. And you know what I mean? Like, they got to see all the negativity, man. So I always respect the families. I talk to a lot of the family members, man. Players, girls, players, moms, players, brothers, sisters, cousins, whatever. And they all hit me up, and they're like, we just talk ball. We just talk about the family and stuff. And it's cool to see that side of the game. But the fans don't always see that. They see a player who makes a bad play, makes a drop ball, throws an interception, fumbles the ball, and they get pissed off. I see it from a different lens, and I see these family members, you know, getting upset when their loved ones get attacked on social media. So it's tough, man. You guys got to realize you got to have patience. Trey will do good, but I hope the media takes a chill pill on him. So no penalties, please, says Debtopia. No penalties, please. Oh, God. Yo, we appreciate you, too. I thank you, Ann Ford. I appreciate all the supporters out there. I love you guys so much. You know I do. I don't say it enough. BD says Kittle is not playing yet. We mentioned that. Kittle's most likely not playing today. Let's go. We don't need any penalties. You're right, Deb. last week, penalties killed us. We shot ourselves in the foot. We took a shotgun and we literally pointed it at our toes and we shot that toe off. And that's not what we need. We need to not have penalties. We cannot let the Seahawks beat us because we beat ourselves. If I see this team commit over 5 penalties, over 3 penalties, I'll be mad. But over 5 penalties, it's just not discipline. I know it'll be better than what we did last week, 12 penalties, but we cannot commit mistakes and shoot ourselves in the foot. We gave the Bears too many second chances. You cannot let that happen. If you let a team hang around, no matter what, they're going to beat you because they have NFL talent at this level of football. No matter what, you let a team hang around, they're going to take advantage eventually. So I appreciate you, BD. Another big game from Huff, says Lawrence. Oh, man, I love it. I think Big Huff is going to have a big game, Lawrence. I think so. Big Huff had a breakout game. I think he's going to be a guy that continues to get better on a weekly basis. John V says, Raj, wait. These players actually human beings? Yo, it's crazy. These players are actually human beings. They're not robots. They are not robots. Indeed, they're not. They're actually human beings with real-life feelings and emotions. So, hey, I know we get a little heated. I know we get mad. I know we get pissed off. We call them names. I'm not going to lie. I've called some players some names. But, hey, you can't attack them on their social media. You go behind the scenes. You say what you got to say. But, man, some people are nasty in social media. I remember Raheem Mostert. That man used to deal with the most hatred. It was pure toxic nastiness. And I remember just seeing some of the mess. I was like, oh, my God, man. It was bad. And I think fantasy football makes things a little worse these days because fantasy football people get so mad. This mother cost my team a game. He didn't score any points. We hold them at a higher level now because of fantasy football. We draft them. We're like, oh my God, he didn't play. I could have played and got more points. And then people get mad because they want their fantasy football team to win because they think this is their actual team. What's up, 49ers throwback? People actually think they're a real coach of a team. That's what some people really think with fantasy football. It's a fucking fantasy football game. It's fun. It's great. But some people put money on it. And then they have money on the line. And when money gets involved, it changes everything. You know, we get in fights. We get in all types of things with money. Money can cause a lot of problems in this life. And when you have money on football, plus the emotions that we talked about earlier with that go along with football, it's a recipe for disaster. It's crazy, man. What's up, everybody? How are we feeling? Drop some predictions in the chat. What's up? We got 106 followers in the chat. Hit the like button. I love you guys, man. I can't wait to go to this game. I'm predicting a Niners win 21-13. That's my prediction. Let's get it going, man. Where did I get that? We got this from Residency, my sponsor, Residency. We got a whole bunch of them, all types of Residency hat. They got this one dropping in corduroy on Wednesday. Stay tuned. I'll post the link in the stories on my Instagram this week. But new corduroy candlestick Residency hat. A link is in their bio, Residency on Instagram. Check it out. And if you use the code RSF49ers, you get a little discount when you buy the hat. So go check them out. These are awesome hats. I don't just say that because they're my sponsor, but I wear these hats all the time. They're fun. They're nice. They look cool. And people always, like, they turn heads. I'll be out in the grocery store. I'll be out somewhere. And people are like, oh, nice hat. All the time. Literally all the time. So these hats are cool, man. But 49ers Throwback says, come join Forever Faithful Podcast. I will join them this week. Tell them to get me on. I think I talked to some boys from it last night. There was a pregame party last night. I met a lot of Niner fans. I met Mike from Nothing But Niners. I met my man Zach from 49ers Hive. I met Bash from 49ers Minded. I met a whole bunch of people last night. It was fun to see Travis King. So I was hanging out, some Niner legends out there, and, we connected. If you guys want me to join the podcast, definitely let me know. I'm about to end this soon, and I'm going to go to the game. So I won't have much time to hop on a podcast this morning, but I would love to join the Faithful Podcast with you guys this week. Anytime, let me know, and I'll make sure I can join it with you guys. All right, yeah, no doubt, Brandon. Hit me up. I'm excited for that. We'll get you going, man. We'll get you going on this. We'll get popping with you. Any predictions other than what I said? 24-13. Brandon Ayuk has a big day, says Bidi. I hope so. Let's get it, man. Day 209 says 31-14 Niners. That'd be good. Charizard with a pick today. John V says, you met some of the brother. I love Bash. Yeah, Bash is my bro, man. I've been talking to Bash for years, man. Brandon, cool dude. Everybody's such a cool dude. Like, all the Niner fans, all the Niner content creators, everybody out there is so cool, man. It's so cool to link up and see everybody out there, getting hyped up before the game. It was fun, man. Taking pictures and everything with everybody out there yesterday. It was fun times. Just good to get the vibes out there. I think that's what the Niner fans needed to kind of get loosened up, because there's just been a lot of fans that are really upset, about that loss. And I get it. But it's week 1. We got to move on. We got to relax. And I think this game, if we win, will go a long way in helping people cope with the season, because it's going to be a long season, man. So Giovanni says, Trey run in a touchdown today. He could get a running touchdown. I don't think that's impossible. I think that Trey Lance getting a running touchdown sounds pretty high probability, right? Cool Whip says, Bosa's getting 2 sacks. I think he is too. I think Nick Bosa's getting 2 sacks today too. I think so. Alberto says the defense is going to come clutch today. 38-3 San Francisco. Yo, if the Niners come in and they get a bloodbath type game and they dominate the Seahawks, man, that will make everybody so happy. I hope you're right, Alberto. 38-3 is the prediction. I think it's going to be close, but if we get a 38-3 type beatdown, oh, man, Niner fans are going to be happy for beating Seattle. Everybody's going to be happy. But if we dominate them, oh, man, the vibes are going to be up. Max Out King says, am I going to the game? I'll be there. I'm about to leave in an hour here after the podcast. Feels like a Debo type game. Swaggy says, I feel it. I feel this is a Debo game. I know Brandon Ayuk, we want him to step up, but all week I've been saying Debo Samuel, I think, is going to be the key. I mean, we already know he's the man. He's $71 million man, and I think they're going to find ways to get him the ball. He's going to get 100 yards of scrimmage. I don't know if it's going to be all running or passing or receiving. He's going to get 100 yards somehow and a touchdown. I think Debo Samuel is going to be the key to the Niners offense, and he's going to pace them. I agree with that. Peoples Aguilar says, I predicted a 49ers loss last week. And he says, I predicted another today. 49ers are dumpster fire. Wow, this man is coming out with spitting hot fire today. He thinks the Niners are going to lose. I don't think so, Mr. Aguilar, but we'll see. Tuck your chains in, Edwin says. Let's see. We got is the game going to be on TV if you live in the Bay Area? Yeah, but I don't know about your local listings. It might be the Fox game of the week. I don't know. There's a lot of games at that time, so I'm not too sure. You got to check your local listings. Unfortunately, for some, it may not be playing. I know in my neighborhood, my local network, I always get to see the Niner games because I live in San Jose. So, unfortunately, for some, you're unable to watch it. Y'all are crazy. Oh, man, I got fans from other teams, bro. You know how these people love to come in on our chats, on our podcasts, and they like to flex their, oh, my God, I'm a fan of another team going on another fan's page. It's so funny. They're jealous. We live rent-free. At the end of the day, this is what I think, is that the Niners live rent-free in the tiny minds of people. In the tiny minds of other fans, we live rent-free in their heads. So I love it, man. I got to love it, man. Let's see. I feel cold. My man says, I feel Kittle is holding in right now. It's pretty damn irritating. I don't know. I think a groin injury is a tough one, man. You don't want to get that thing to linger. Those are very tricky. You know, it could be a 2-3 week thing. It could be like a 4 to 6 week. Groin injuries are tough because that muscle group there, it's extensive. There's a lot of different muscles that go on there. It could become like more of a hernia type issue. So that's a tricky injury. I don't know. Groin injuries, I think he wants to play, honestly. Kittle's not the type of guy that's not going to want to sit out for whatever reason. He's not a puss. George Kittle's tough, man. And I think it's a legit injury, and I think it's eating him inside. He wants to play, but you got to be smart because it's a 17-game season. If he goes out there and he re-aggravates it, we're all going to be pissed off at him, like even more. So I think he's doing the best for himself, you know. My man Max Out says Kittle might be out 2 more weeks. He just might. Again, groin injuries are very tricky. They're not to be taken lightly. So somebody's comment. You guys, I'm going to tell you, man, the Niner fans. Oh, man, these Niner fans are so funny. I love you guys so much. Some of the comments, you guys, are very entertaining. Oh, man. Oh, man. John V says, all 22 is important for all armchair general managers and head coaches. Watch it. You'll get some perspective. Yeah, 100%. You see the game from a different light when you actually watch the game from all 22. You know, when you watch the game and the highlights and you see the game, you see one vantage point. But when you see the all 22, you just see so much, like, that you miss in the game. You're like, oh, okay. And you can realize, like, some bad plays may have happened for a specific reason. So you're right. I think not everybody gets to see that. And I think more people should be able to watch the all 22, because people, they'll go with what the media says. They read a box score, they see a highlight play, and they don't watch the film and see how things develop. Because a lot of times, certain plays happen over time. Like, it's a story. It's like a chess game. It's okay. We're doing this to do this to do this to do this. Boom, over the top, touchdown. And that's what you see with the film. You see all the pieces that are being put together that lead to a certain, play. So I agree. I think film is important to watch, but not everybody has a chance to watch it. What am I sipping on? It's just some chai tea. That's it. Chai tea. I woke up this morning, a little raspy voice. You know how it goes. So I needed some tea this morning. I didn't get any coffee, so just some normal chai tea, Indian vibes. You know how we do. But good morning to everybody. Did everybody eat your breakfast? What did you guys have for breakfast? I don't know. I had a bagel and some tea. Let's see. How can we watch the all 22? You know what? If you have the NFL Plus, you can get all 22. You get it the day after the game drops. You get access to all the coaches' film. So pretty cool. There are other ways, but that's the most accessible to the fans out there. If you get NFL Plus, you pay the prescription, but it's worth it. You get all the highlights, all the games. You can stream them on your phone, and then you can watch the all 22 on your phone as well. It's worth it. I like it. I used to, they used to have it for free on the NFL app, and then they took it away for a year, and then they brought it back this year with the NFL Plus, and that's how you can watch coaches' film. So, am I going to the game? Yeah, I'm going to the game. The longer I talk to you, the less chance I have of getting there early, but we will talk for about 10 more minutes. I just wanted to get live and get the vibe of the Niner fans out there. And I can't wait for this game. I think we're going to get this dub, though. What time does the game start? Game starts at 1:15 p.m. Pacific. That's 4 p.m. On the East Coast. So still got a couple hours. It's still early. It's still early out here. It's still very early. It's only 9 o'clock over here. Gates don't open till 10:30. So I'll probably leave at about 10 o'clock. I live a hop, skip, and a jump away from Levi Stadium. So you know how it goes. The Mellow Trucker says, is it raining? It's not raining right now, but it's supposed to be raining on and off this morning. I woke up and it was raining. Max Out says, I'm the good luck charm today. Let's hope so, because people said I'm the jinx, man. I was on Instagram this morning and they said I'm the jinx. I'm the reason the team loses. It made me feel a certain type of way, but hey, you know what it is. Oh, man. Immortal says this is a must-win game. This is a must-win game. You can't lose division games. You can't lose division games, man, especially this early in the season. Anthony Cobra says, what are you going to eat at the stadium? Lobster sandwich is bomb. The lobster sandwich, I might have to try it out. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet, but I might check your recommendation and check it out. Appreciate that. Can you watch the game on the East Coast? Go to Stream East. If you go to Stream East, you can watch the game on your phone. Free 93. It's a streaming site, but they're pretty damn good at stream. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I'll be watching the game, and then I have Stream East on my other phone, and then that's how I get the highlights so quick sometimes. Oh, a little tip right there. Because you can screen record, and then boom, I save it and then just post it. That's how you get some highlights so quick. I mean, Twitter posts them too, and then you can copy those. But if you want to beat those, folks, that's what you do. Stream East is a pretty good streaming site. JD says, don't listen to them. Bring a different type of energy. I know, man. I appreciate you, Batcher. You're a good guy. I hope the Niners smack them. I hope the Niners smack them, too. I want to bring that energy. I need to get this dub this weekend, man. I'm excited for this. Because, again, if the Niners win this game, everybody's going to be so happy, so excited. The vibes are up. This is the Seattle Seahawks. We can't lose this game. And if we lose this game, it's going to be a ugly, toxic warfare around Niners communities. And I don't want to deal with that. So, oh, man. Trey has to win this game, says the city. Trey definitely needs to win this game because if he doesn't win this game, there's going to be a lot of people coming for his neck. I agree. Let's see. Any last minute comments, questions, concerns? Let's drop a few questions here before I bounce out. Got to get ready for this game, and I didn't even buy parking tickets. I think I'm just gonna Uber to the game. The Slasher Gamer says, if the 49ers win, I'm running naked outside. I hope I'm not your neighbor. John says, we got to take advantage of the new 8 of 11 offensive starters. This has to be a W. You're right. The Niners have a lot going for them. Like, it should be an easy win. On paper, this should be an easy win. We have more, proven players. The Seahawks are very inexperienced on offense and defense. A lot of young players. They have a whole new offensive line. They don't even have Russell Wilson. The Niners should win this game, but you throw it all out the window in a rivalry game because that doesn't matter. A rivalry game is very tough. It's very stressful. And, remember when the Niners, we had one win one year, 2018, and we beat the Seahawks for our second game of the year, to end the year. That was our Super Bowl. That was a rivalry game at its fullest. It doesn't matter. Even the Rams, there's been times where we had 2 wins, 3 wins. We go in, we play the Rams, and we dog walk them because we want to win a division game. You throw out everything in a division game because it doesn't matter. You want to make sure that the other team on that division has a loss in that loss column because of you. That's what you play. Division games are the hardest in football. Out of all the games in football, division games are the hardest. Enrique said you can't underestimate any team, 100%. The Mello, what's up, my man? B Mello, what's good, man? I know this dude. He's been following for a long time. What's up? Respect to you. He says, who's been getting the most reps at running back position this week? I got Jeff Wilson Jr. starting in my fantasy league. So from what it sounds like, Jeff Wilson is probably going to be your starter right now, but I think it's anybody's game. And again, it's going to be Shanahan to figure out who has the hot hand in this game. Whoever's kind of squeezing the juice the most kind of takes that role. I would, if I were you, honestly, I wouldn't even have Jeff Wilson Jr. I would probably take Mason and TDP, and then whoever does better today, I would roll with them. But it's kind of a dangerous situation. I mean, if you already got Wilson, roll with them, but I would pick up Mason and TDP just to kind of be safe, and then whoever steps out and balls out today, that's the guy. I think we really don't know. They haven't given us any kind of hint other than the fact that Kyle says that TDP and Mason are going to get some action. They're going to have to grow up and learn real quick. So to me, the indication is they're going to get some carries, but we have no clue on how the game's going to go. I think Wilson right now, just because he's kind of that veteran and he knows the system, he's going to get the call early. But if he doesn't look good early on, if he's not getting a lot of yards, they're going to move on and they're going to go, okay, here with Mason, see what you got. Okay, TDP, see what you got. I think that's the way it has to be because you need to make sure you have the best running back out there. And if Wilson's slow, you can't handle it. You can't afford it. You can't afford to let him try to gain some momentum because what do you have? 22 yards last week, man, on 9 carries, something like that. That's just not going to get it done. And I love Wilson, a good dude, but ever since the injuries, he's lost the explosiveness, unfortunately. He just not that speedy guy that we need on this offense. So I would take, if it's me, I'm banking on Jordan Mason. I'm banking on Jordan Mason, man. I'm banking on Jordan Mason. But you know what? You can't count out Debo. You can't count out Debo. Giovanni says Debo needs to not drop the ball. You're right. Debo needs a hand onto that ball. But, the more he runs, the more he takes a toll, man. And it's tough on Debo out there. I feel bad because he's doing everything. He put the team on his back. But you're right. He does have to hold on to the ball. Ball security is huge. But they got to block better because last week Ross Dwelley missed some key blocks. There were some key moments in that game that you can, if you watch the film and you go back, you're like, oh, wow, that really was the reason why this happened. Like Debo, he fumbled, but, man, there was a lot of blocks that got missed on that play, and it led to the defender just coming in and ripping the ball from him. So definitely need to hold on to the ball better. Blocks need to be better on all levels for the 49ers. Trent Williams needs to have a masterclass game, and everybody on the O-line needs to have a good, solid game. We need to block better. You got to give Trey time. It's going to be tough. without Kittle out there for sure. But I think the Niners can win, and I think defense has to come out and just establish that strength, that dominance, that power. And I think the defense, if they could come out and dominate, I think it'll be a long day for Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. So, Batcher says, I know I'm gonna be in shambles if we lose. I'm gonna be in shambles too. My man, last question. Slasher, if Trey Ball's out this season, Mike Martz shirts are definite, no doubt. Oh man. Jimmy Ward update. He's still out for a couple more weeks. He's supposed to miss 4 weeks to start the season because of the hamstring, but they'll reevaluate him. But he did get to have 2 weeks in the preseason where he didn't have to do anything, so that's 6 weeks if you really think about it. Jimmy Ward should be back after the 4th week. He is on the short-term IR. So, you know what? Mike Martz, I hope he eats a lot of crow rolled and shit. I hope Mike Martz, I hope someone takes a crow, rolls it in a pile of shit and feeds it to him at the end of the season. Because if Trey Lance goes out there and dominates this year, I'm pulling the biggest receipt on Mike Martz this season. So remember, Mike Martz, we're gonna make some t-shirts. If Trey Lance balls out this season, we making Mike Martz shirts. Bet on it. I love you guys. I hope you have a good day. Rolled in shit, baby. That's what we doing. We coming for blood. Yo, I gotta get ready for this game. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be live at the game at points with I'll be trying to get some content. I'll go live, talk to y'all a minute after the game, win or lose. We're gonna be live with the quad box. I hope we win, and I love you guys, man. I hope we have a good day. I hope we get this dub. Enjoy the day. Stay safe. Let's get this dub, baby. Let's get this dub. Yo, the People's Aguilar. Everybody click that comment. He doesn't like the Niners. I hope everybody goes crazy on his mentions if the Niners win today. Yo, feel free to go and slam this man if the Niners win today. I pray for your mentions, Aguilar. I pray for you today. If the Niners win today, it's going to be an ugly day for you. I love you guys. Have a great day.